Hello, I'm going to be analysing this pack. I'll be going through the Allenson principles, what conventions are on this pack, as well as the legalities, right? So this one here is a full deconstruction of the pack. It's going to take a little bit of time, but you'll need to watch this. All right, so first of all, what I want you to discuss is the conventions on the pack. A convention is what the consumer is expecting to see or experience on the pack. So the first convention is that this pack needs to be freezer proof because it is a fish fillet pack, obviously. So it needs to have like a glossy coat on the pack, so it is somewhat water resistant. That is a convention, right? Another convention is that this pack needs to be of the size so that it can actually fit the fish fillets in there. That's a convention. Another convention is that you see the brand of the pack, and at this stage in time it is I&J, which is a very well known pack, or brand that is, trusted. And you would also want to expect to see what the title is of the pack itself. All right, so in this case it is Original Crumb Wild Caught Fish Fillets. That's an expectation to see on the pack. Another expectation is the amount of fish fillets in the pack. Okay, that is an expectation. That is a convention. Another convention is, of what society wants to see, is that they want to see the product itself. Now in this case, the product is shot from top down, which is fine. Okay, very good for this situation. And this product that is pictured on the pack is roughly the same size as the product is inside. Okay, so that is conventions. That is done and dusted conventions. Okay, so let's look at the form of the pack. So the pack itself, the main surface of the pack is in the front of the pack. If you go along the shopping aisle and you're looking around for fish fillets, right? Obviously, I need the most surface space on the front of the pack. This pack itself stands up in the freezer section. Okay, stands up on like that. Okay, stands up. Right, so the most visible space I can see it. All good, right? Okay, so Allenson principles. So color. Obviously, these fish fillets, when they're cooked, they become this beautiful golden color. Okay, so obviously we need to then use some colors that complement the orange color. Okay, so the complementary color of orange is actually a purple. However, orange and blue go very well together. Okay, so look at the color wheel, see how they relate together. Okay, so the blue is a primary color and orange is a secondary color. Okay, now you see here too that there is a blue and a green as well, and blue and green go very well together. So blue is a primary and the green is a secondary color, exactly. Okay, we've also got a nice play here of red and blue, right? Both are primary colors, and red and blue together, they vibrate visually. Okay, so that's why the I&J stands out a lot on the pack, apart from the scale as well. Okay, all good. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm getting all the Allenson principles in, just in case I don't get them all. Okay, so we're looking at chapter 5 in this case. Okay, so we've gone through color, form. This is a rectangular, not so deep pack. Okay, the form has been decided on by understanding that this needs to fit into a freezer. Okay, so if I have a really wavy pack showing that it's an ocean type pack, then the packs, when they're stacked up, need to fit well together. Okay, so it needs to be a repetition of a shape if you are going to make some really wacky sort of shape pack. Right? Ideally, you would have a rectangular pack. It ships easily. It's easy to stack in the fridge and the freezer. Okay, so the next one is line. So line is shown in these lines here, okay? All right. By the way, it's a gold line showing that it is a premium product. Okay. That is also a convention because when we see gold, we think it's rich and high class. Okay. So that's line that's in there. Whereas is line across this whole pack. We have line along the cooking instructions to separate all these sections out. So you see lines are used there. I'll just focus a little bit more here. Okay, so there's also lines separating the protein compared to the energy and between fat and the omega-3s. Okay, so that's a line there too. We've also got under here Australian made, and there's a line going around it to separate the blue from the white stamp. Okay, all right, and it's also shown that this section here is very much an opt-in sort of Australian made is an opt-in standard. Okay, so let's move around here. And by the way, this is made by Simplot, and that used to be one of my clients, Simplot. But I didn't design the pack. I know which design agency actually designed this pack. Okay, now looking around here too, I'll just focus again. Okay, so we have continuing lines through here, showing the separations of bits and pieces. These lines here are creating a bit of a section in terms of like a piece of paper that's been tilted on an angle. So you can see that they are tilted on an angle, okay? And that's creating, this whole panel here is creating a bit of a feeling of authenticity, right? It's like this has got a long history of fishing, for example. Now these images here are using line as well